The countdown is currently in progress for a particular football matchup that's kind of a big deal, and it's airing right here on Fox on Sunday, February 9th. But first, let's welcome our beautiful friend and author, Marnie Schneider, whose intimate connection to the Philly Eagles has set her on a unique and charmed path. Welcome back.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having me. I'm sorry that I'm not with you in person, but there's a lot of stuff that has to happen before we travel to New Orleans.
Oh, absolutely. So you're going to be going to the Big Easy. As a layperson who enjoys watching the game, I love talking to especially another woman about the game of football. So maybe you could kind of set us up as to what we should be expecting and what this matchup between the Chiefs and the Eagles means for the NFL and the history, the annals of football as we know it.
Well, it's a great matchup. Certainly, Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, they're trying to get their third in a row, which has never happened before. So obviously they're going to be playing to win like they always do every Sunday. And the Philadelphia Eagles are looking for this win so that they can say they beat the Chiefs.
All right. Well, you've got quite the intimate connection to the Eagles, and I'd love for you to tell everybody exactly how you grew up with this team, your childhood, as it pertains to all of your experience, your charmed experience in the NFL.
Well, yes, that is definitely true. I've been very fortunate. My grandfather, Leonard Toews, owned the Philadelphia Eagles from the late 60s through the mid 80s. And my mom, Susan, ran the team for my grandfather. So to this day, my mom, Susan, is still the first and only female vice president, general manager, and legal counsel of a professional football team. So I'm incredibly proud of my mom's accomplishments, both on and off the field. And I think that what my grandfather did as owner was really try to set this tradition of NFL teams and all sports teams for that matter are really for the fans and really for the community. So I'm so proud of what they did in Philadelphia. My grandfather was one of the original founders of the Ronald McDonald House, which just celebrated their 50th anniversary. So there's Ronald McDonald Houses all over the world. And the very first one started in Philadelphia in 1974. So something that, again, owning a football team isn't just about all the fun getting to go to the games. It's really about rolling up your sleeves and making an impact in the community, was certainly the Hunt family who own the Chiefs have done, and Jeff Lurie, who owns the Philadelphia Eagles, have done.
Most definitely. And I'm glad that you brought up the Ronald McDonald House. But I want to go back to your mom, Susan, for just a moment, because the fact that she broke so many boundaries when she did, maybe you could give us a sense as to when in our history that was and why we haven't been able to do that or haven't done that since.
Well, so my mom was promoted to vice president, legal counsel, and general manager in 1983 at the Philadelphia Eagles. And I think, kind of the funny story is my grandfather looked around and said, you know what, in spite of the fact that she's my daughter, I'm still going to put her in that position. So the Eagles and all the NFL teams actually have really always been very female friendly and female focused. I think that there hasn't been another female general manager since my mom, mostly because it's a complicated position that maybe a lot of women say, I'd rather be the CFO, I'd rather be the CEO, I'd rather be the president of the team. And sometimes there is something to be said about the guys really getting in there and doing the heavy locker room stuff, which obviously isn't necessarily appropriate for women.
No, that is true. That is very true. Well, your mother...
Right. Great example and everything else.
Well, your mother and your grandfather, they certainly created quite a legacy, and you're carrying on that and carrying that torch into the future with your wonderful book series. I'd love for you to tell everybody about Football Freddie and Fumble the Dog, and if you can tell us a little bit about what's next. You've covered quite a few cities so far. What is next for you?
Well, so yes, I have written 11 books, Football Freddie and Fumble the Dog. Fumble was just here, but he's
such a cutie.
Board, so I guess I'll do the talking. So I've written 11 books, and each book takes you on a tour through a different football city. I was, like I said, really fortunate. I got to grow up and travel around and experience all these cities and meet the fans and get to have the game day experience. So we really wanted to get kids reading and excited about playing and being a fan. So Football Freddie and Fumble the Dog is my love letter to all the football fans out there. What's really fun right now is that my most recent book, but I am a football fan, so people say, "How can you write about other cities?" Okay, so Game Day in Kansas City just came out, so we've got quite a matchup. We've got
fantastic.
read about those cities, and I'm really excited. So I'll be doing a lot of great fun things in New Orleans, aside from seeing some old friends, but getting a chance to go to schools and do some story time,
Certainly.
and reach kids, get the kids excited about the big game.
You do great. You do great work in the community. So everybody go out and buy that pair of books in preparation for the big game that's happening on Sunday, February 9th. The Chiefs take on the Eagles in NOLA, New Orleans. Thank you so much, Marty. Great to see you.
Thank you.
We're back after this.